marriages, I mean, some things happen, you need to involve people, but involve people that matter. One, involve people that have something to offer to the situation. Two, involve mature and non-judgmental people. Three, involve people that your spouse or you regard, whether it's a spiritual cover, your mentor, your parents. Don't involve people. Okay, I think the word should be share. Don't overshare with people that would not add any value to your relationship, or would mock your situation, or would just, there's no value. They don't need the information you are telling them, so why tell them? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Ziika. This is Zii O'CLOCK. If this is your first time seeing this beautiful face, hello, you're welcome. And if this is not your first time seeing my face or coming to my channel, you are very, very welcome. I film about motherhood, marriage, or let me say relationship, marriage, motherhood stuff, about my faith, and then everything like that. And if this is the type of videos that you like to watch, this is your safe space. So you are welcome again. Thank you very much for tuning in. Thank you very much for stopping by. If you have not subscribed, please, this is your cue to subscribe. Kindly subscribe, share this video, like, drop a comment. So like the title already says, I'm going to be talking about things that actually kill your relationships, things that can slowly, kill your relationship, things that can serve as, let me say, slow poison to your relationship, things that consistently and constantly doing these things, knowingly or unknowingly, can actually lead to the end of your relationship, or maybe not the end physically, but it just kills all the spark, all the joy, the love, the everything, and it just moves your relationship to just there and then ends it. So before I proceed, I'll say this again. I say it in almost all my videos. I am not a relationship expert, neither am I a relationship coach. I just share information based on my experience and based on the knowledge I've also received as someone who is also on the journey of being better with life, whether it's my marriage or my job or whatever it is. So I'll just go straight into some of these points. I have a couple of points written down here on my phone, so I will just look at the points and then give my own opinion. I think that every relationship starts off beautiful. A wise woman once said, someone I know said something one time in a seminar I attended, that every relationship starts off with I love you and weddings, and everyone is happy and everyone is head over heels for everyone. So but then what happens along the line? What goes wrong? Why do we go from I love you to I can't stand this person, this thing cannot work out? How did we move from let's give it a try, we'll put in the work, to this, I'm done with this? I feel like it's because some things happen, and then over time, repeatedly doing some things that kill your relationship take you to that point. And so from my own little knowledge, I'll be sharing some of the things I feel like can kill or affect your relationship in the negative way. And this can actually be applicable to any form of relationship, whether even if you're not married yet, even if you are still courting, or with your friends, or with your colleague, or with your family. But there'll be a bit of bias towards marriage, because that's what is in front of my head when I'm thinking about these things and putting my thoughts down. But I'm sure that a lot of the points here can be applicable to other forms of relationship as well. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. Okay, the first point I wrote here is lies. Lies will kill or affect any relationship. It doesn't have to be a marriage. Lies will affect any relationship. And why this was one of the first points I put down is because it might look like lies. I mean, it's a small lie, it's a small thing, but unknowingly you are breaking trust. You are breaking what is supposed to be the bedrock or the foundation of your relationship or your marriage. Lies. So I usually say that no matter how hard it gets, just try to say the truth. No matter how hard it gets, no matter what it feels like this might cost, say the truth. And I always say there's context to everything. But in the context of a relationship, a marriage, and a lot of things around it, lies is definitely not something you want to build the foundation of your marriage on. And this leads to the next point. Secrets. I'm a huge believer in partners knowing a lot of things, about each other or around each other or around the lives of each other. If there's any thing you feel like is a secret and your partner is unaware, it would haunt you. It might affect your output. It might affect your delivery in that relationship. It might affect a lot of things. When you begin to keep secrets in marriage, at some point you lose count. Like, you're not sure what you have told this person or what you have not told this person. Do you understand what I'm saying? You're not sure what you have said, what you have not said, and then you will say what you're not supposed to say because you have not said. Why not save yourself all this stress and just say what you need to say? I was speaking with someone recently and she was asking me that, do you think I should tell this person? They're not married yet, they're still going on dates and kind of getting into courtship. And she said, do you think I should tell this person about my past? And I said, that's not a question, that's not something I can answer for you. That's something you need to answer for yourself. But I advised her, told her some things about myself and when my husband and I were cutting, and some information we had to tell each other and how that has helped our marriage now. And then I said, you have to make a decision in the end of the day, because you don't want these things to come back and bite you in the foot, or you don't want these things to come around and it looks like the person has been living with a lie and all those things. So yeah, secrets, they kill marriages. Don't lie, don't keep secrets. Another thing is involving people, and I'll explain these 2 points, at the same time. Involving people and oversharing, because I would not say that you should not involve people. Marriages, some things happen, you need to involve people, but involve people that matter. One, involve people that have something to offer to the situation. Two, involve mature and non-judgmental people. Three, involve people that your spouse or you regard, whether it's a spiritual cover, your mentor, your parents. Don't involve people. Okay, I think the word should be share. Don't overshare with people that would not add any value to your relationship, or would mock your situation, or would just, there's no value. They don't need the information you are telling them, so why tell them? So oversharing actually kills marriages, whether it's on social media, whether it's with people, especially when you're not really sure the stance of this person in your life, whether they have your best interest at heart, whether they're jealous of you, whether they want you to grow. You're not really sure. Then why tell them? I'm a very friendly person. I can be playful. I talk a lot. I enjoy it. But you can't catch me oversharing. You can't catch me involving people in things that I feel like doesn't concern them about my life. So, because those things really, they kill your relationship, and you don't know. For example, maybe amongst your friends, you say something about your spouse or say something that's currently happening in your relationship, and then they tell you, as for me, this is how I will deal with this issue. I will not cook for my husband. I will not this. And You don't know these things creep into your heart. It's not who you are. It's not your nature. It's not something you would have wanted to do, but you start to do it. You start to give attitude to your partner. And then you start to have issues that are not necessary. Why? Because if you think back, you're like, it's because of what this person said I'm doing this. I'm not saying sometimes, it's good to have people who can advise you, who can, nudge you in the right direction. But like I said, let it be people who would add value to you, people you know that have your best interests at heart, people who want to see your marriage thrive, people who want to see you grow and develop. So whatever advice they're giving to you is for the betterment of that relationship, not to kill it. So please don't involve too many people in your family, in your marriage, whether it's your issues, not only your issues, even when things are going great, people don't need to know. People don't need to know. Not everybody needs to know. This is what works for me. And it's not cast in stone. If what works for you is to announce your victories and your issues, please, by all means, do that. But I just feel like oversharing and involving too many people in your life might actually kill your relationship on the long run. Another thing is over familiarity. Over familiarity, now this has to do with the two people involved, me and my husband, my spouse and I, whatever the form of relationship is. Over familiarity actually kills the relationship. We've been married for how many years? I've seen this man's nakedness. What else does he have to offer? What else does he have to offer? I've seen him in his lowest points. I've seen him in his weakest points, his most vulnerable points. I've seen all the things that need to be seen. So, if you're not deliberate and intentional, over familiarity will begin to creep in and you begin to have issues. Let me say for example, biblically, as a woman, I am to submit to my husband. And if I'm not careful, being over familiar, I won't be able to draw the line or see the difference between my friend in my husband as my husband, and my husband as my head. Do you understand? So that is something you have to be intentional about. I have to be able to know when he's standing his ground as the cover God has put over me, and submit and respect that. I must be able to tell that same thing for him to me, because the Bible also says submit one to another. He must be able to know this woman is actually saying the truth and I should listen to her, or she's doing what needs to be done. Apart from that, even generally giving the regard or respect that an individual deserves, because they're a human being, not because they're my husband and I'm just over familiar. There's some things that seem very little, but in my marriage, for example, I still try to create that culture of respect as a person. I'm not getting too over familiar and losing that touch, and then you begin to kill that part of your relationship. So that is very, very important. Selfishness, this kills relationships. I think one of my videos I talked about how you don't hear selflessness as one of the things you are supposed to hear when you hear marriage. It's very important. You can't be married and be selfish. You can't be in a relationship and be selfish. You cannot love somebody and you are selfish, because part of your expression of love is giving. Love gives. Love sacrifices. Love does all these things. So you can't be selfish and you expect your relationship to thrive. Selfishness will definitely, it will not do you good in your relationship. When I'm striving to give my all, when I'm trying to be selfless and my partner is seeing it and is trying to do the same, you guys are pushing yourself to be better, and you are pushing your marriage to that point where both parties can give anything, and I can trust that my husband can give his all, and it makes me love him more, and it makes me want to give my all as well. It's a healthy competition, instead of I'm trying to hide my head, keep myself because I don't know. No. That will not work. Giving your all is actually one of the things that makes you have your relationship thrive. Selfishness will definitely not work in a relationship. Hey God, in the context of married people, if you know lack of physical expression, it can kill your relationship, people. I realize and understand that I have a number of unmarried people on my channel that watch me. In fact, most of my subscribers are unmarried young people, and I would not want to open their eyes to what is not open to. If it's open to you, congratulations to you, but I will not be the vessel to which it will open. But anyway, if you're married, you understand what I'm saying. You have to, intimate yourself on the knowledge of each other. That's very, very, in fact, it is one of the most important things in marriage. It builds, apart from beyond physical intimacy, it actually builds connection. Even it builds a very high level of intimacy and connection. But yes, anyway, another point he wrote here is being quick to condemn and slow to give credit. I think this is something that is very, very important. And I think it was when we were sitting down to talk about evaluate our, I think it was our second year in marriage. This was one of the things that was very paramount that we talked about, and I think it's something that has really helped recently. Being quick to give credit to your partner and not just being quick to condemn. Remember, you are coming together as two imperfect people, so obviously this person, your partner, your spouse, would have a lot of faults, in quotes, same as you, and it's natural to want to condemn, to want to find faults, to want to push blame. You are this and then this, but it might not be natural to give credit, and that's something that will slowly kill your relationship. If that's something that you do, please, I'm begging you, change from it. I'm not perfect, but it's definitely something that has been working for me in my marriage, for my husband and I. So instead of condemning, sometimes I try to do that thing, and my husband will see that I've corrected that thing, and the next time it's in his head to correct, and the same goes for me. So give credit. It's not every time complain. Sometimes give credit. This doesn't only go for couples, even in relating with your kids, your staff, your colleagues. Encourage people, give them credit, let them feel like they are visible, they are seen, they are heard. Like, we see the work you're doing and we appreciate it. So even when you are condemning or you are correcting, they know it's from a place of love. They know that, oh, this person doesn't only see the bad things in me or the things I'm not adequate in, but they also see the areas where I contribute and I put in the work. So these are some of the points I feel like kills relationships. And if you think any of these points is in you, any of these attributes is in you, work on it. It will really help your marriage, your relationship. I hope you've learned something. You've learned a point or two, and you're definitely going to go and put this to practice, and see your marriage or your relationship turn around for the better. Please don't forget to subscribe. If you have watched to this point, kindly subscribe, share with someone you think is having issues in their relationships, and this video might be of help to them. Let them watch it and pray for you, and thank you for giving them a profound solution to their problems. Thank you very much for watching. See you on the next one. Bye.